Hello, this is Product Chronicles with Alex. Today we're kicking off an exciting new series where we compare two of the biggest social platforms, Reddit and Twitter. In this first part we are taking a deep dive into their landing pages, homepages, explore features and functionality for creating posts, and profile pages. Which platform makes the best first impression, which one empowers users best? Stick around as we uncover the strengths, weaknesses and product management insights behind these iconic platforms. And let me know in the comments which platform do you think will win this battle. When comparing Twitter's and Reddit's landing pages, the first thing that stands out is how differently they approach user accessibility. Twitter greets you with a stark black and white simplicity. Its X logo takes center stage with a tagline that reads, "Happening now, inviting you to join the buzz." Yet there is a barrier, you can't browse any content without first creating an account. Imagine it's like arriving at an exclusive event, the velvet rope is up and you can't even peek inside until you're on the guest list. On the other hand, Reddit feels more like walking into a public park. There is activity everywhere. Posts, comments and lively conversations are all visible without requiring any commitment. You can scroll endlessly through content as a passive observer, much like strolling through the park and overhearing snippets of conversations. This difference in openness isn't accidental. Reddit prioritizes discoverability and casual engagement, while Twitter emphasizes exclusivity and participation from the very start. These choices reflect each platform's goals. Twitter's design suggests they value immediate account creation. Every visual element supports this objective: minimal distractions, bold call to action buttons, and a sense of urgency with "Join today." The fewer steps to sign up, the better their chances of hooking users. Reddit, meanwhile, plays a longer game. The homepage is a content buffet. It hooks users with stories, memes and discussions, banking on curiosity to draw them into the platform. Therefore, the user journey diverges sharply. A first-time Twitter user might hit a wall of hesitation. Do they trust the platform enough to hand over their information upfront? Reddit, in contrast, lets you wander, explore and decide if you wanted to stick around. Let's compare these two homepages from a product management lens, examining why they are designed the way they are and how they impact the user journeys. Imagine you are navigating a city. Reddit feels like a sprawling park with dozens of bulletin boards for different hobbies and interests, while Twitter resembles a bustling town square where everyone is shouting at once, hoping to be heard. When you land on Reddit's homepage, it instantly immerses you in content with vibrant images, text snippets and titles pulling you into discussions. Each post feels like a door to a different room, each with its unique vibe. The design is structured but not overwhelming. You are greeted with recommendations based on your interests, and you have the flexibility to dive deeper into specific communities or subreddits. It's like being handed a map of that sprawling park with markers for where the most exciting events are happening. Now, Twitter takes a different approach. The moment you enter its homepage, you are greeted by a real-time stream of activity. It's dynamic, fast-paced and designed to give you a snapshot of what's happening in the world right now. Imagine standing in the middle of that town square. Tweets fly by like conversations you overhear as you walk past.
Why are we having this conversation?
Because your big ass is stuck in the middle of my goddamn kitchen, that's why.
Twitter's chronological or algorithmically curated timeline gives users a feeling of urgency, like you might miss something important if you don't check frequently. The homepage is not about depth, but about immediacy. Reddit allows you to explore without signing in, encouraging you to peek into its world before committing. Twitter, however, places a registration wall almost immediately, telling you if you wanted a full experience, you have to be part of the community. This difference speaks to their core strategies. Reddit focuses on fostering niche communities where users can engage deeply with like-minded individuals. Twitter, on the other hand, is about mass interaction and influence, leveraging the fear of missing out to drive sign-ups. The design choices align perfectly with their business goals. Reddit's priority is to make you feel at home in your chosen communities. Hence, it emphasizes content diversity and encourages organic discovery. Twitter's goal is to keep you scrolling and reacting, so its design amplifies engagement with short, impactful bursts of information. Where Reddit excels is reducing decision fatigue. The layout directs you to content you are likely to enjoy without bombarding you with too many choices. On Twitter, the constant flood of updates can be thrilling, but for some, it may feel overwhelming. Both approaches have their strengths, but the user experiences are drastically different because of how these platforms define their success metrics. The explore pages of Reddit and Twitter present a fascinating contrast, much like walking into distinct theme parks. Both aim to guide users towards discovery, but their paths and approaches are uniquely tailored to their audiences, emphasizing their brand philosophies. Reddit's Explore page is a curated gateway into its sprawling network of communities. Imagine entering a library where sections are meticulously categorized for quick navigation: sciences, internet culture, vehicles, and more. This segmentation doesn't just organize, it invites. Recommendations like trending now in Germany or most popular in your area feel personal, as though Reddit understands you have stepped into a particular aisle for a reason. The use of icons, community sizes, and direct join buttons simplifies the journey. No distractions, no ambiguity, it's a direct invitation to immerse yourself in a shared interest. The decision to group communities by themes also reflects a commitment to clarity and ease, guiding users toward meaningful engagements without overwhelming them. Now compare this with Twitter's Explore page. Here the experience feels more like stepping onto a bustling, dynamic street where the world's trending conversations unfold in real time. The design reflects the fleeting nature of the content, fast, visually bold, and driven by immediacy. The primary banner highlights a current event or trending topic, pulling you in with the urgency of a breaking news alert. Below the page segments into tabs like news, sports, or entertainment, catering to those who want a slice of everything. Yet there is a sense of hierarchy here. What's trending takes precedence over discovery. The right-hand sidebar with suggestions for who to follow adds another layer of engagement but feels secondary compared to the urgency of the central feed. The user journey reflects these priorities. On Reddit, discovery feels like a well-planned tour. You know where you are going and what to expect. You might explore communities you didn't even know existed thanks to the clear categories and subtle nudges toward trending or recommended subreddits.
We have no choice but to embark on this perilous journey.
On Twitter, exploration is more reactive. You are responding to trends, diving into what's puzzling now and following a stream of consciousness rather than a curated map. These designs echo the platform's goals. Reddit's structured, topic-based approach emphasizes long-term community engagement. Users who invest time in discovering and joining communities are likely to stay. Twitter's focus on immediacy reflects its real-time heartbeat. It wants users to react, retweet, and engage in the now, making discovery a secondary, almost incidental part of the experience. But what about the balance between guidance and autonomy? Reddit offers a gentle hand, subtly guiding you toward exploration while giving you the freedom to choose. Twitter, on the other hand, assumes a more directive role. It tells you what's important right now and expects you to follow.
A stick. This is very important. Open my pants.
When it comes to analyzing the messages functionality on Reddit and Twitter, we are stepping into a fundamental element of community and personal engagement online: direct communication. It's like comparing two walkie-talkies at a campground. Both get the job done, but how they do it reveals the underlying priorities of each platform. Starting with Reddit's direct messages, they feel almost like a nostalgic nod to traditional emailing. The interface is bare, minimal, and unintrusive. It's not the first thing you think of when you visit Reddit, and that's by design. Reddit's core is its communities, its threads, and its collective conversations. Direct messaging is almost a quiet whisper in a bustling town square, a feature that exists for personal conversations but doesn't push itself forward. This prioritization aligns with Reddit's ethics. It's about public discourse and sharing ideas openly, with private conversations playing a secondary role. On the other hand, Twitter's direct messaging system takes center stage. From the very moment you open the Messages tab, the interface feels sleek, curated and personal. It's not just an add-on. It's positioned as an integral part of the experience. Twitter wants you to connect, to collaborate, to engage directly with the people you follow or who follow you.
Romano, this way! Follow me! Follow me! Follow me!
The choice of bold black themes, accessible icons, and a scrollable feed that mirrors the main timeline shows how important fluidity and immediacy are to this functionality. Messages are seamlessly integrated into the Twitter ecosystem, highlighting its real-time interaction model. Now let's talk about ease of use and user journeys. Imagine being on Reddit, you find an insightful comment or post and you wanna message the author. You navigate to the profile, click on the message icon and then start composing. It's straightforward but requires a few deliberate steps.
I can't.
It's just like dancing, Melman. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I can't.
The process feels deliberate, almost as if Reddit is saying, think before you message. This design discourages spam or frivolous communication, reinforcing Reddit's focus on meaningful interactions. Compare this to Twitter, where messaging someone feels more like grabbing your phone to send a quick text. From your home timeline, their profile, or even your notifications, the message button is omnipresent. The simplicity is liberating, but therefore it comes with risks like the potential for overuse or even abuse of the feature. Twitter mitigates this through setting that lets users control who can send them messages, a nod to its more open-ended communication philosophy. And then there is visual presentation. Twitter's emphasis on real-time interaction is reinforced by features like message previews, read receipts, and a dynamic flow that mimics the immediacy of text messaging. Reddit, by contrast, feels static, almost like a letter-writing experience. There is no urgency, no read receipts. It's slower-paced, reflective, and, in a way, respectful of your time. In the end, these messaging systems reflect the core DNA of their platforms. Reddit whispers engage deeply, while Twitter shouts connect now. Two walkie-talkies to very different campsites, but both keeping the campers connected in their own unique ways. Creating a post on Reddit versus Twitter is like setting the tone for a speech versus scribbling a quick note on a sticky pad. Both platforms let you express yourself, but the journey to doing so feels fundamentally different because of their target audiences and their ethos. On Reddit, the post creation interface is like a blank canvas with a painter's palette ready for use. It invites you to craft a story or dive deep into a subject. You are greeted with a rich set of tools: text formatting options, tag selection, image and video uploads, and even polls. It feels methodical and intentional, perfect for a platform where thoughtful contributions often yield more engagement. You can almost feel Reddit nudging you to think before you post, aligning with its community-driven nature. The detailed interface reflects the culture of Reddit. It's a place for exploration, nuance, and interaction across niche communities.
Practice human interaction and social comportment.
It's a plan. Champagne would be lovely. I'll be outside.
I will get the champagne.
Twitter, on the other hand, treats the act of posting as an instantaneous burst of expression. Its post-creation box floats unobtrusively over the rest of the app, signaling immediacy and brevity. Images, and GIFs are all within arm's reach, supporting the platform's focus on quick reactions and viral moments. It's streamlined, but purposefully so. It's Twitter saying, just pick your mind now.
Why don't you pick your mind up out of the gutter?
Why should I? You helped put it there.
This simplicity matches the platform essence: fast, dynamic, and unfiltered communication. Yet the lack of categories or lengthy formatting tools suggests that it doesn't aim for layered discussion, but rather for immediate reactions or ideas. User journeys further underline these differences. On Reddit, creating a post often starts with deliberate thought. You pick the right subreddit, ponder your content's format, and consider how the audience might interact with it. It's like writing a letter to a specific group. You choose the words carefully, knowing it's going to a defined recipient.
Please, God, I am your willing recipient.
On Twitter, the posting journey is fluid, almost instinctive. You think of something, click post, and it's live for your followers or the world to see. It's built for speed and spontaneity, but therefore it can sometimes lack the structure that Reddit enforces by design. Both interfaces excel in their own right, but they highlight a key trade-off in product management: depth versus speed. Reddit's post creation flow feels thorough and community-focused, catering to those who value depth of interaction. Twitter's approach is about reducing friction, empowering users to share without overthinking, perfect for those who thrive on momentum. These designs reflect not just the functionality but the values and priorities of each platform.
You look thin and therefore have value.
Imagine you are walking through two very different kinds of museums. One is an eclectic, community-driven gallery where every piece of art tells you more about the collective story of its contributors. The other is a sleek, curated exhibition focused on the individual artist's journey and achievements. This, in essence, is the difference between Reddit's and Twitter's profile pages. Reddit's profile page feels like a digital corkboard in a shared workspace. The focus here is on contributions, posts and comments rather than the person behind them. You see the user's karma, their community memberships, and their recent activity displayed prominently. It's designed for collaboration and participation. This decision makes sense when you think about Reddit's core value: fostering discussions and niche communities. Users' profiles are essentially a byproduct of their interactions, not the main attraction. It's like the bulletin board where you tag up your ideas for others to comment on. It's about the conversation, not the person starting it.
You got a way of starting conversations that ends conversation.
Why is your wife divorcing you?
You got a way of starting conversations that ends conversation.
On the other hand, Twitter's profile is like an artist's portfolio. It's clean, personal, and focused on showcasing what the individual has to offer. The profile picture, bio, and pinned tweets are front and center, emphasizing self-expression and branding. Twitter knows its users come here not just to consume content, but to connect with personalities. Whether you are following Elon Musk or your favorite indie artist, their profile acts as a stage for their thoughts, tweets, and importantly, their following. It's designed for visibility and influence. Twitter prioritizes individual impact, and the design reflects that. Reddit's layout might feel overwhelming to someone looking for streamlined personal branding. There are no banners or bio sections shouting "This is who I am," just rows of posts and karma scores. It's minimalistic, almost utilitarian, but therefore it aligns perfectly with Reddit's assets. The community comes first, individual personas second. And that wraps up part 1 of our Reddit vs Twitter series. We have explored how these platforms introduce themselves to users and set the stage for engagement. Which one stood out to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notification, because part 2 is coming up where we'll explore Twitter specific features. See you in the next one.